Hello, traders, and welcome to TradingWithBill.com. I'm Bill. It's a Thursday, June 7th, 2018. Great to be with you early in the morning. Nice outside. Not blue skies. We've got some overcast, but it looks like it's going to burn itself off because I'm doing this very early in the morning today. I'm about 40 minutes early. It's actually 6:43 in the morning. That would be 1943, of course, on Wall Street on a Wednesday night. Traders, let's take a look at what's going on. Just if you take a look at the dollar index, has come up a little bit, 93.61. Really hit the dumps yesterday. We'll talk about that in just a moment. So what do we have today as we look at our little economic calendar here? So we have HIA new home sales coming out of the Aussie. Time is not there yet, but we'll see what happens with that. And then as we get in, unemployment rate out of the Swiss today, expecting 2.6 versus 2.7 for that. Really nothing out of the euro. Great British Pound has Halifax House Price Index year on year and also month on month for May today. GDP year on year, quarter on quarter for the Eurozone. That'd be important. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Initial jobless claims out of the States today. Central bank reserves out of, oh, that's not us. Sorry, that was somebody else. Somebody else, wasn't us. Another speaker out of the MPC. Who cares about that? And BOC Governor Polis speaks today. Let's just jump over and see what is on, if we have anything in Asia first thing tomorrow. We do. We have GDP out of Japan tomorrow, quarter on quarter and year on year. I would really keep an eye on that. So that's what's going on tomorrow in Asia. All right, so just take a look over here. Like I said, the Dow Index 93.61. And we'll just take a really quick look at oil. What's up with oil? Brent is at 75.83. And WTI is at 65.22. Not really big change from yesterday. Seems to be going sideways. Gold is actually the same. It was 1,300 yesterday, and now it's 1,301. So those things are not moving really well as we do. So let's head over to our charts. So today is a Euro Aussie. I sort of like this chart when I was scanning around. Or I couldn't sleep. You know, it's just one of them things. I just could not sleep. I was up at like 4:45 this morning, so I couldn't sleep. Figured out, let's get up and get to doing some work. So anyhow, this is in a range, and that's okay, and it's doing well. But there's something that I like about this chart. I've spoken about it before, but this is basically a V formation, right? Boom, zaps down, zaps back up. Now, normally what you would see is this to start to drift its way back down again, and that's what I'm really thinking is going to happen here. This is going to continue to the downside. It did overshoot that 200 exponential moving average, which I expected. Now, when I was looking at this earlier, it had not done that yet, but I was expecting it to overshoot that 200 exponential moving average. However, I'm not even, it's got to break the 200, it's got to get past the 10, it's got to get past that 55, and then we can sell this at 53.50. Great spot to sell this, right? And we could take this to the downside. And really, you're looking to take this all the way down to 5,300, right? Take this all the way down to 5,300. Nice 50, 55 pip trade depending on where you get in. But I like the Euro Aussie because once it gets in a mode, once it gets in a trending action, it really stays there. It doesn't wobble around very much. It just keeps going. And a lot of times you can actually, it stair steps and you can actually fib that. And it just works. I've been trading this pair for so long and it's just a good pair. In the old days, this pair used to do 135, 155 pips a day. It was really, really a great pair. And, of course, both directions. All right, let's scan our charts a little bit today. So a lot of our pairs are at highs, right? The dollar index dropped, and the dollar pairs, the dollar got weak, all the pairs went up. The euro went up, the pound went up, the Aussie went up. All these pairs went up. And, I keep saying it, and everybody says, oh, it's because this person or this news event or this situation. Just watch the dollar index. It'll tell you everything. Or if you're using, like, some people are using other pairs to choose dollar strength and dollar weakness. Whatever you use, to determine what is strong, when the dollar is strong and when it's weak. That will help you out. I'm telling you, 70% of the time, it will be right and will guide you in the right way if you're trading the dollar pairs. So let's just get around here. We'll take a look at the Great British Pound. So here's a Great British Pound. It's just mobiling around here. Really not a lot to do here. Another pair that's out there. Again, I'd like to short this, but I really don't want to short it till it clears this 55. Now, if it comes up to, right, if it comes up to here, right, maybe. Maybe. There we go. If it comes up to this 34.40 area, you know, that's even better. You know, you can get down to that little bit of chunk there at 34.20. You get 20 pips in profit. You know, it comes a free trade and go. I'd rather see this come down now, break that 55 EMA at 33.99, and then just take it to the downside. It just seems like more of a safe trade and just take it down from there. Now, the other thing is, we really have a wide open space, even with this 200 on this chart. Now, the chart I know is limited for what's left over here. I get that. But it's just because of the way I record and stuff, that's what it is. But, you know, an immediate price action is really not going on here. So, you know, I would look for this this 50 area, this 33.50 area, and I would say, you know what, why don't you take your profits there? And this is just beautiful. This is just wide open all over. There's nothing here. We just got to break this 55 EMA here, and man, we're going to be clean to the downside. Just a really good pair to keep an eye on today as we move along. So let's look at the Aussie. Maybe. Maybe not. Houston. Oh, come on. What's going on right there? All right, let's go somewhere else. There we go. All right, so here, there's a lot of stuff on this chart. This was our chart from the New Zealand dollar. So we got a lot of stuff here. So we're going to just take a lot of this off, right? So like when I say like this is like live, it really is live. I don't come in here and like, once in a while I'll come in and take one look or something on what's going on here. So again, this looks just very bearish to me. Why that thing is so big, I have no idea. Let's see if we can get this baby in here. There we go. All right. So right at this level here, right? Oh, we got red arrows everywhere, don't we? All right. So like, I don't like any of it, to be honest with you, but I'm bearish. You know, and just watch this 200. That would be my first thing. So let's do something crazy. You know, let's get this, see if we can get back up to this 0.7080. You know, I like the 80s, 20s, double zeros, 50s, right? So, you know, let's see if we can get this to come up here. I really don't want to do anything here. And if it breaks down, it's going to get this 200 right in its face. And then you come into a double zero of 0.7 thousand. So, you know, I don't like the down move. It just looks like you're going to get a lot of hassles here. So I'm really looking for this to pop its way to the upside. You know, 70, 80, 77, somewhere in there we can get in there. Get to 70, 80, you get to the 70, 60 area, at least you're 20 pips in profit. And, you know, you got some, you know, it's basically a free trade, right? You take half of that, put 10 pips in, you know, move your stop to break even. You got 10 pips in the pip bank if it goes bad, and you're fine. But, you know, right at where it's at now, I wouldn't do anything. So let me go to another topic. The other topic is, you know, the VIX 8 days ago was at 18. The VIX in New York last night, I'm pretty sure it was like 12. So the VIX is really taking a hit to the downside. So the VIX is saying to us there's really no volatility in the market. We just got to watch ourselves, right? Be patient with your trades. You know, give your trades some room to breathe, and get out, right? Get out. Take your profits and get out. Don't get greedy. And if the trade goes against you, get out. Better to take a small drawdown, like a 15 pip drawdown, then you get in trouble when your 40 pip drawdown, right? Because then in the mind, you're going to say, oh, it's going to go back the other way. Well, yeah, it is, but it can go up another 500 pips before it does that or go down, right? So you just want to make sure that you get in that summer trading mode, right? This is a trading mode where you get in, get out, get in, get out, get in, get out, right? Don't be hanging out in trades. Now, normally I'm going to trade 3, 4, 5 hours. I like that. Well, I'm cutting myself back here. I'm like down to 2 hours, right? 3 hours at the most. So, as you know, in Forex, I don't keep trades overnight. That's just me. I just don't keep trades overnight. All right, what else are we going to take a look at? Now, we looked at this yesterday, and this was the dollar CAD. And this pair did one of those, you know, right, one of these V reversal moves. And it did, right? Look at this, boom, and right back up again. Now it's hanging out here. So this tells me, well, you know what? This baby might want to come back down here, right? Now, you don't really have a lot left of this chart. So this is a pair of 29, 35, 40. Well, you got to get below this 55, right? The teal line on this chart here. You have to get below that. And you got to close below that. The problem is you're coming into 2,900. And just be aware of that. You're coming into this 2,900 and you're going to get a bounce. So your stop's going to end up being at 2,960, right? You got to make sure you clear of this. You got to get up here to 2,950, 2,960. You're going to have to put your stop. So you're going to put a healthy drawdown here, but your reward is that you got a nice wide open space. Just keep that in mind if you're going to enter into this trade. You know, me, I'd rather see this, right? I'd rather be entering at 30, 40, right? That's where I'd rather be 90 pips to the upside and then take this to the downside. This to me looks like this is bottom fishing, right? It's like looking, fishing for a flounder, that bottom fish, right? And this just looks like this just looks like trouble here, right? This doesn't look healthy for a trade. I'd rather see this bounce up to this 30, 40 area, and then, we'll just take it to the downside. I really don't like this. This looks uncomfortable to me. All these EMAs together, and yeah. So it really technically, this pair should bounce here and go up 50 pips. Technically, right? All right, it's that time, my friends. It's time to take a look at the dollar index. Yeah. So you see here, this really took a beating yesterday, and it was so obvious. It was so obvious from Asia on, and it just continued. And of course, the dollar pairs are all up. The euro's up, the pound is up, the Aussie's up. All these pairs are up now, and it is what it is. But it's all about the dollar. It's all about this dollar. And if you just have something that shows you dollar weakness, dollar strength, I don't care what you use. I use a dollar index because in 2006, 2008, I was in a room called FX Bootcamp, and they just drilled this dollar index to me. And you know what? Over the years, I've just always stayed with it. You can use whatever you want. You can use a meter, whatever you want to do. Just know when the dollar's strong and know when the dollar's weak, and it will help you so much in your trading. You know what? We can get rid of this line because this line at the moment means absolutely nothing. Traders, I do not do a video on Friday. I hope you all have a great weekend. Have a great break. Enjoy yourselves. Go out and have a good time and be all ready, fresh for Monday morning. And traders, I'll see you Monday morning in Asia. Traders, always remember to trade smart, not hard. Have a great weekend, my friends. See you next time. Bye-bye.